My childhood sweetheart thought I was too goody-goody. Then he fell for a poorer girl who was even more goody-goody. I, just to spite him, started acting out, got mixed up with some lowlifes, and when I was desperate, I begged him to save me. He ignored me, shielding the poorer girl's eyes with his hand, and said gently, "Don't look, it'll scare you." He abandoned me in that dark alley, where I was tortured to death. I opened my eyes and was back on the day my childhood sweetheart rejected me. When we were cutting the cake, they egged me on to confess. I took a deep breath and said, "Ethan, my Christmas wish is you." Ethan's hand, holding a cigarette, flinched. He smirked. "Sorry, you're too goody-goody. Not my type." In my past life, that sentence drove me crazy. Thinking about the horrors I suffered before death, I felt a chill and wanted to kill Ethan right then and there. "Summer, are you okay? Ethan, you really are something. Can't you say something nice to make the birthday girl happy?" Ethan was still his usual nonchalant self. He blew out a smoke ring. "Can't fake it, it's not in my nature." His lazy New York accent was captivating, but to me, it was just disgusting. In front of everyone, I turned cold and made a new Christmas wish. "Ethan, I hope that for all eternity, you and I will never have anything to do with each other." I blew out the candle. They tried to stop me, but couldn't. The smile on Ethan's face froze. "Summer, are you serious? I'll give you one more chance, make a new wish, and I'll pretend I didn't hear any of this." "No need." I ignored him. I picked up the knife and started cutting the cake. Ethan rushed towards me, his right hand gripping the blade. "Summer, I'm talking to you." The blade cut his finger. Blood flowed. Someone exclaimed, "Blood." "Ethan's bleeding." I knew. He was having another episode. Ethan had a serious mental illness. In my past life, only I could stop him from having an episode. Oh. More accurately, before the poorer girl showed up. Only I could. Because of that, I always thought I was special to him. Until I heard his lazy tone when he was coaxing the poorer girl. "She's not like you. She's just a placebo, you're my only medicine. Without you, I'll die." I let go of the knife and said, "Since you like it so much, it's yours." I turned to leave. Ethan threw the knife and grabbed me. His bloody fingers stained my white shirt. "Summer, who are you throwing a tantrum for?" Blood terrified me. I uncontrollably remembered what happened in my past life, felt dizzy, couldn't take it, and fainted. When I woke up, Ethan was guarding my bedside. "You're awake. I was the one who made you angry, and I still had to carry you back. Summer, how are you going to make it up to me?" Ethan was a player. He always said these ambiguous things, making me harbor inappropriate expectations. But I wasn't the same as before. I knew very well that when facing someone he truly liked, Ethan couldn't say a flirty word, and even his voice would tremble when he confessed. I sighed and said, "I'm tired. Ethan, let's not see each other anymore." The next day, I went to school alone. Ethan didn't wait for me. I knew this was his punishment for me. He was waiting for me to apologize to him. But I ignored him all day. In the afternoon, I was sleeping in class when someone shook me awake. "Summer, wake up! Ethan's fighting someone on the basketball court." I was still half asleep. I was dragged to the basketball court by my classmate. "You should go check it out. Ethan's like a madman, only you can stop him." No. He was wrong. I didn't even need to go over there. Because his leading lady had already appeared. I guessed right. When we arrived, Ethan had already stopped fighting and was sitting on the side, drenched in sweat. Next to him sat a girl. She had a low ponytail, a serene expression, and she was holding his hand, her voice slightly choked. She said softly, "Ethan, you're hurt." Ethan hated being touched by strangers. He wanted to pull his hand back. But when his eyes met mine, he stopped and his eyes darkened as he let Chelsea hold his hand. The Chad he had beaten up was leaving, supported by his classmates. "Wait." He called out to him. He pointed to Chelsea next to him. "Apologize." The Chad's face was bruised and swollen. His classmates advised him, "Ethan, let him go to the hospital first." Ethan refused, his voice deep, repeating, I said, apologize to her. Chelsea grabbed Ethan's hand and shook her head. It's okay, Ethan, I'm fine. The Chad was beaten up like that and still had to bow and apologize. Someone asked why he was beaten. My classmate replied, he called her poor, and Ethan heard it. Serves him right. Who told him to be a jerk? Ethan's so cool. A hero saving the beauty. A sweet campus romance unfolding around me? Only I knew that the truth wasn't like that. In my past life, the Chad was forced to transfer schools by Ethan. Before he left, he came to me. He told me to be careful of Chelsea. He wouldn't say anything more. He was probably scared of being beaten up by Ethan. The Chad needed to go to the hospital, but the ambulance needed time to arrive. I ran over and said, take my car. The Chad was stunned and said, thank you, no need. Ethan ran over and grabbed my arm. Summer, are you deliberately trying to make me unhappy? I looked at Chelsea, who was behind him, her eyes red. Mind your own business. If you dare to leave, don't ever come looking for me again. I didn't turn back. I helped the Chad leave with his classmates. Bang! The crowd behind me stirred. Ethan had punched the basketball hoop. TSK. He didn't care if it hurt. Ethan and I hadn't been in contact much recently. I heard that for Chelsea's sake, he hadn't been fighting for a long time. He had even turned over a new leaf and was going to study hard. Ethan's buddies called him to go online. Chelsea said softly to him, you haven't reviewed your English vocabulary yet. Ethan sighed and sat back down. My family is strict, I can't go. I heard stories like these every day from my classmate. But every time they saw me approaching, they would stop talking and turn to do their own thing. She's so pitiful. Yeah, she's been chasing Ethan for so long, and she got her man stolen by a poorer girl. Pitiful? I didn't think so. My procedures for going abroad were already completed, and once I passed the English exam, I would go abroad to study. Studying my favorite journalism major. My wonderful and brilliant new life was about to begin. That day after school, Ethan's mom stopped me. Summer, Ethan forgot his medicine again. Can you help Auntie get it to him? I really wanted to refuse. But seeing the bruise on Ethan's mom's wrist, I sighed and said, okay. I asked Ethan, where are you? It took him a long time to reply, sending me a location. A billiards hall. In my past life, I had been to this place many times. After I arrived, I went downstairs with practiced ease. The acrid smell of smoke made me sick. I found Ethan right away. He was standing at the center table, gambling on pool. There was a thick stack of cash on the table. I walked over and threw the medicine at him. Your mom told me to bring it to you. Seeing me, Ethan frowned and said, who told you to come? I completely ignored him. I dropped the medicine and left. Someone stopped me. Ethan, is this your girlfriend? Ethan sneered, took the cigarette handed to him, and put it behind his ear. Do you think that's possible? At this moment, Chelsea came in with her backpack. As soon as she came in, she kept coughing. Ethan stood up and stood in front of her. Put out all the cigarettes. The guy with the yellow teeth who stopped me earlier grinned. Looks like the real boss is here. Chelsea's face turned red. Then, don't talk nonsense, the teacher said we can't. I know. Ethan lightly pinched her nose. Good girl, call me bro, and I'll let you go. Chelsea said ew and pointed to the cigarette behind his ear. Ethan, didn't you promise me you'd quit smoking? I noticed Ethan's gaze on me. I suddenly remembered that I had also told him to quit smoking before. Because I had asthma since I was a child and couldn't stand the smell of smoke. He didn't even bother to pretend at the time and deliberately blew smoke rings in my face, saying, can't do it. A cold smile appeared on my lips. I wanted to walk around the crowd. I was grabbed again. Don't go, sis. Ethan, hurry up. 2 against 2, my girlfriend's here. Who are you going to get? I just left. Chelsea grabbed my sleeve. I can't play pool. I frowned and said, what does it have to do with me? After being scolded by me, Chelsea's eyes turned red. Ethan ran over and stood in front of her, questioning me, "Can't you talk nicely?" Psycho. I wanted to leave, but he stopped me. I couldn't bear it anymore and deliberately provoked him. "What's wrong, Ethan? Playing hard to get? Want me to be your girlfriend? In your dreams. Then don't stop me." I left. This time no one stopped me. I heard Chelsea panicking behind me, asking, "What do I do, Ethan? I can't play pool." Ethan patiently coaxed her, "Silly, I'm here, we won't lose." I wasn't interested in their game's outcome. But when I was having dinner at night, my mom kept sighing, saying, "I saw Lily again today, she's covered in bruises. Ethan's dad is really too much." Oh right, Summer, why haven't I seen Ethan come home for dinner these days? Did you guys fight? No. That's good, you can always ask him. I looked up and interrupted my mom. "I broke up with him." Huh? Why? I took a bite of the juicy fish. "No reason, just hate people who are blind." My mom careful. Why asked, "Ethan has a girlfriend." I picked up a piece of fish and put it in my mom's bowl. "Yeah, a live romance novel came to life, it's so sweet. They were acting in a drama, and they had to drag me, the passerby, to be the supporting female character." As soon as I went to class in the morning, I heard Chelsea crying. "What do I do, Ethan? It was still in my backpack this morning. How did it disappear when I came back?" My classmate told me, the class fees that Chelsea was in charge of are gone, and everyone's helping her look for it. I casually said, "Just check the security cameras, right?" Chelsea reacted to it defensively. She specifically walked in front of me and said, "Summer, my family is poor, but I'm not poor enough to steal class fees." I didn't say she stole the class fees. Why was she in such a hurry? Ethan walked over and coldly ordered, "Apologize to her." I put my backpack on the desk and sat down. He threw my backpack. He also flipped my desk. Ethan was having another episode. "Apologize to her, can't you hear me?" The classmates didn't dare to breathe. No one dared to come forward to stop him. I bent down, wanting to pick up my desk. Ethan grabbed my neck. His eyes were red, and he said, "Apologize to her." I couldn't breathe. Tears welled up in my eyes, and my neck was quickly marked with a red ring. Chelsea stopped him. "Ethan! Ethan!" He wouldn't listen to anyone. He looked at me with red eyes. I don't know who he took me for. Until a few teachers rushed in and separated us, Chelsea stepped forward and hugged the frantic Ethan. It's okay, Ethan, I don't care about others, as long as you believe in me." He buried his head in her shoulder, but his eyes were fixed on my direction. I was taken to the infirmary by the teachers. His eyes were dark. He kept staring at my departing back. Ethan's dad came. He slapped Ethan, almost knocking him to the ground. "You little brat. I see you've really grown up. You even dare to hit Summer. Do you need to be beaten? Do you need to be beaten?" As he said that, he wanted to kick Ethan. Chelsea blocked him. "Uncle, Ethan was protecting me. If you want to hit someone, hit me." Ethan stared at him coldly. "If you dare to touch her, I'll take your life." I really didn't want to get involved with them. I asked the teacher, "Can I leave?" My voice was very hoarse, and it was difficult to speak. The teacher didn't care about me. When I left, I saw Ethan and his dad fighting each other, and Chelsea and the teacher were trying to break them up. The scene was very chaotic. I didn't see Ethan's mom until I got home in the evening, and as soon as she saw me, she exclaimed and covered her mouth. "Summer, Ethan, he." My mom was also startled. She ran over and asked me, "Ethan did this?" I nodded and took this opportunity to make things clear. "Auntie, you saw it too. Ethan hates me now. If you have anything in the future, just find him yourself. I can't help you anymore." Summer. Ethan's mom sighed, but didn't say anything after all. My dad saw that I was injured. He was heartbroken. He wanted to go to Ethan's house to talk. I stopped him and said, "No need, Dad. I'm going abroad soon anyway. I don't want to have anything to do with Ethan anymore." My dad sighed and said, "Honey, you've suffered." No. I shook my head. Dad, I haven't suffered. I was telling the truth. I could live and pursue my dreams. What's the big deal about being pinched? The next day, Chelsea apologized to me. "Summer, I'm sorry, Ethan's just too impulsive, I'm apologizing for him. But I really didn't steal the class fees, Ethan already paid back the class fees for me, I don't need you to report your affairs to me." I interrupted her subtle display of affection. She had liked doing this since her past life. Pretending to be friends with me on the surface, but actually showing off her superiority. I was very angry with her at that time and did many things I regretted. I wouldn't step into the same trap a second time. "If you don't have anything else, I'll go back to class." Chelsea grabbed my hand and said, "Anyway, I'm really sorry, Summer, don't be angry with Ethan." I couldn't help but laugh. Ethan doesn't have a mouth. Does he need you to be his spokesperson? And, if you forgot, I can remind you that Ethan and I have known each other for 19 years, I know him better than you. Didn't she like subtle jabs? Then I'll play those subtle jabs too. Sure enough, hearing that we were childhood sweethearts, Chelsea's eyes darkened, and tears were about to fall. Was it that serious? I turned my head and saw Ethan standing in the shadows. I pretended not to see him and walked forward. He kept staring at my neck. I don't know what he was thinking. Chelsea ran over and said, "I wanted to apologize to Summer for you, but I don't know what happened. She seems to be angry." Ethan withdrew his gaze and pinched her face. "Too much." "What?" Chelsea thought she heard wrong. Ethan pinched her face until it hurt. "Don't do unnecessary things like that in the future. She's not worthy of your apology." Chelsea breathed a sigh of relief. "Ethan, as long as you're okay, I'm willing to do anything." Ethan smiled. He pulled her into his arms. Chelsea came to find me again. She was really haunting. "Summer, it's my birthday on Saturday. I'm inviting you to dinner. Are you going?" Ethan leaned lazily against the doorframe, his eyes following her figure. I refused. No time. I really didn't have time. I had to review for the English exam on the weekend. It was coming up soon. Ethan stopped me at the door and wouldn't let me leave. "Summer, we're friends. Do you have to be so extreme?" I still didn't want to pay attention to him. "If you don't go, I'll assume you still have feelings for me and you're jealous of Chelsea." The trick didn't work on me either. What he thought had nothing to do with me. "Think whatever you want." No matter what Ethan said, I wouldn't soften. His patience was also limited. The words seemed to be squeezed out from between his teeth. "Okay, you'll regret it." But I soon changed my mind. Because I actually saw Chelsea smoking. Actually, this didn't surprise me. Because people who smoke, no matter how careful they are, will have the smell of smoke on them. I was very sensitive to the smell of smoke. I had vaguely guessed that Chelsea smoked. What surprised me was the person she was smoking with was the baldy who killed me in my past life. Why did Chelsea know such scum? Wasn't she a good student? Or was it, in my past life, my death? Was it also related to her? I had told myself countless times. Those were all things from my past life. It had nothing to do with me now. I was going abroad soon. Don't worry about these things. But my heart was vaguely uneasy. Just like in my past life, the Chad told me to be careful of Chelsea, and as a result, I was killed in less than a week. In this life, I had already kept my distance from Ethan. Would Chelsea still harm me? I didn't dare to gamble. On Chelsea's birthday, I was the last one to go. I went to look for someone as soon as I got there. I couldn't find the baldy. That's right, she definitely wouldn't let Ethan know that she was related to such lowlifes. Chelsea's birthday cake was almost taller than me. Where did a poorer girl get so much money? I knew. Ethan had ordered this cake for her. Because I had told Ethan before, on my 18th birthday, you have to order me a birthday cake that's taller than me. He shook his head and said, "No." "Why?" "Too childish, I don't like it." He didn't even listen to me finish speaking. He threw his jacket at me and went to play basketball. I didn't feel bitter at all at the time. Holding his jacket, I only felt happy. Now seeing Chelsea's moved eyes, I also thought it was quite childish. Ethan, my Christmas wish is you. A familiar wish. Ethan pinched her face and said, then you've wasted a Christmas wish for nothing. I'm already yours, Chelsea. Am I not making it obvious enough, so you can't tell? That's Ethan. Even when confessing, he had to take the initiative. Chelsea tiptoed and kissed Ethan on the lips, wanting to pull back, but Ethan grabbed her. Does that count as kissing? Ethan pulled her arms behind her back, bent down, and gave her a passionate French kiss. The classmates all started cheering, Chelsea's face turned red, and Ethan took off his jacket and put it on her. Someone booed, Ethan, are you being stingy? Not letting us watch? Ethan glanced at him, you have a problem with that? His gaze also fell on me. His eyes were provocative. And I raised my glass to him and said, happy birthday to your girlfriend. I turned and left. He smashed his glass. He kicked over the cake. It seemed like he was having another episode. My English exam was coming up soon. My mom simply gave me a week off to do the final push at home. She also found me a Chad to tutor me. The Chad was gentle and elegant, never in a hurry, and always had a smile on his face. He was completely different from Ethan. That day after school, I was seeing the Chad off when I happened to bump into Ethan coming back from school. His deep eyes followed the Chad's departing back. He carried his backpack and didn't say a word. I wanted to walk around him to go home. He grabbed the hoodie. With a yank, he pulled me into his arms. Are you really that easy? Can't live a day without a man? I raised my foot and stomped hard on his right foot. He let go in pain. I ran, but he grabbed me again. Summer, is this what you call liking me? He pressed me against the wall. He grabbed my chin. Who allowed you to smile at other men? Who is he? How far have you guys gone? Does he know you like me? I slapped him. Ethan was quiet. He looked down and stared at me silently. I was also very quiet. We confronted each other in silence. He let go of me, looked away, and said, I didn't mean what I just said, don't think too much about it. I straightened my rumpled hoodie. I left. He grabbed me, but quickly let go, saying, when did it get to the point where we can't even say a word to each other? Summer, let's still be good friends. He seemed to want to confirm something. Very eagerly. I let out a long sigh and said, no. Ethan, you're not worthy of being my friend. On the day of my exam, Ethan called me so many times. I heard from my mom that Ethan's mom had resisted and almost stabbed Ethan's dad to death. If Ethan hadn't gotten home in time, he might have lost his parents at the same time, on the same day. His illness was getting worse and worse. He had returned to his previous state. Skipping class, fighting, making trouble, and constantly changing girlfriends. The "you're too goody-goody" that he said to me had ultimately backfired on Chelsea. One day, Ethan got into a fight with people from another school for some girl. Chelsea came to me, crying and begging me, saying, Summer, help Ethan, he only listens to you. You're saying it backwards, doesn't he only listen to you? Chelsea couldn't persuade me, so she could only drag me over there. I had never seen Ethan so ruthless. He was covered in blood from being beaten. He almost stuffed a cigarette butt into that guy's eyes. The girl standing next to him cried and kept him, Ethan, don't fight, I'm not angry anymore, Ethan. Ethan kept saying he didn't like goody-goodies. But the girls he found were all goody-goodies. Chelsea rushed up and said, Ethan, Summer's here, are you going to fight in front of her? Ethan was stunned. He looked towards me. It was in this moment of distraction. Someone picked up a knife from the ground and rushed towards him. Ethan! Chelsea rushed over. The knife cut her wrist, and a lot of blood flowed. The girl was scared and ran away. Everyone else ran away when they saw the blood. Only Ethan panicked, hugging Chelsea, saying, Chelsea, Chelsea. Chelsea hugged him, her face pale, and said, it's good that you're okay, Ethan, as long as you're okay, I'm willing to do anything. I watched them both acting in a drama, so I kindly called an ambulance for them. After doing a good deed, I turned to leave. Ethan called out to me, "Who told you to bring Chelsea over here?" "Me? Bring him over here? Was he deaf, or did I have amnesia? Chelsea has always been timid, didn't you know that?" Here we go again. They were acting in a drama, and they had to drag me to be the wicked supporting female character. Okay. Anyway, I was going abroad soon. Then today, I'll fulfill my role as the wicked supporting female character. I walked straight towards Chelsea. "Summer, what are you doing?" I pulled Chelsea out of Ethan's arms. I pulled her wound, causing her more tears. I leaned closer to her, bent down, and from her pocket, pulled out a pack of cigarettes. A lighter. I threw them on the ground. "Is this the good girl you like? Timid? Do you know that the guy who beat you up earlier is her smoking buddy?" Seeing the pack of cigarettes on the ground, Ethan was also stunned. Chelsea kept shaking her head, saying, "No, Ethan, it's not like that. They forced them on me, they were afraid of getting caught smoking by the teacher, so they forced them on me." Ethan loved to hear Chelsea's lies. I didn't like to hear them. I walked away with my hands in my pockets, leaving them with a mess. From the looks of it, Ethan must have believed Chelsea's words, because he had taught the big sisters in school a lesson, warning them not to let Chelsea hide their cigarettes for them. She was clean, not like them trash. I suddenly remembered that when I first came to school, these big sisters came to me to collect protection money because my family was rich. I asked Ethan for help. He was playing video games then, headphones still on, raising his eyebrows and asking, "What did you say?" I got annoyed. I ripped off his headphones. He made a mistake and died in the game. The screen went black, and he threw down his keyboard, saying, "Summer, are you looking for trouble?" "Ethan, I'm being bullied." He saw my red eyes and was taken aback. He picked up a cigarette from the table, took a hard drag, and asked, "Who did it?" I told him everything. I had fantasies that he would stand up for me, time and time again, like he did when we were kids. But he just smirked, started another game, put on his headphones, and casually said, "I thought it was something big. Your family's so rich anyway, just give it to them. 3. Don't rush forward, come back." Then, he played video games all afternoon and really didn't care about me anymore. Later, my dad came to pick me up from school himself. He was tall and imposing, which intimidated those older girls, and they didn't bother me again. But because of that, I was also mocked by classmates for being a tattletale. I was still ostracized by them. Logically, I should have given up on him then. But I didn't. I always remembered how good Ethan used to be to me. I had asthma as a kid, and no other kids would play with me. Their parents told them that I was unhealthy, and if I had an attack, they might be blamed. Only Ethan was willing to play with me. If anyone bullied me, he would bully them back for me. When I had an attack, he never ran away, he would find my medicine and carry me to the hospital. His Christmas wish used to be, "I hope summer is here every year." Ever since Ethan got sick, he's changed. He's become irritable, stubborn, sensitive, and suspicious. The pure boy who used to be with me has gradually been killed by his violence. I always tell myself that Ethan is sick, and he will get better. I want to be there for him, just like he was there for me during my darkest days. But now, I don't think so anymore. I can't go on. Ethan, you're on your own from here. The older girls won't let Chelsea go. They trapped her in the girls' bathroom, just like they trapped me before. That day, my parents were on a business trip, and I could only cry and call Ethan. I called over and over again, until my phone ran out of battery and shut down. He didn't answer. Ethan didn't come to school. I went to his house, pulled back his covers, and asked him where he had been last night. He was sleepy-eyed and said, online, "Why, are you checking up on me? Why didn't you answer the phone? Did you call?" He shook his phone and said, "I was on the phone with my girlfriend. My phone died, and I didn't think about you." Chelsea was much luckier. Because I saved her. It's not some kind of bleeding heart thing. I just didn't want the despair I experienced to befall another girl. Chelsea is innocent. She just happened to be liked by Ethan. She didn't do anything wrong. The one who did wrong was Ethan. And also, the stupid me from before. When I opened the bathroom door, Chelsea kept calling for Ethan. When she saw me, she was stunned. It's you? Did Ethan send you here? I glanced at her phone and saw that she had been calling Ethan. Why don't you contact your parents? She lowered her head and stammered, I don't want them to worry. I see. She's blinded by love. I shook my head, not commenting. The next morning, I went to school, and my classmate pulled me aside. Hey, did you hear Ethan went crazy again? His going crazy isn't unusual anymore. And my repeated cold indifference has changed my classmate's attitude. She used to think I was personally involved, but now she treats me like she would any other bystander. I heard Chelsea was locked up by those older girls all night, has a fever, and is in the hospital. Ethan went crazy. This should be the first time he's hit a girl, right? Hey, it's weird. Aren't those people crazy? How dare they mess with Ethan's girlfriend? Locked up all night? Yeah, the cleaning lady rescued her this morning and just sent her to the hospital. But, didn't I rescue her? I was thinking when I realized it had become a lot quieter around me. I looked up and saw Ethan walking in. He tapped his index finger on my desk and said, "Come out here with me." Is there something wrong? I didn't want to take orders from him. Ethan laughed angrily and said, "Summer, are you sure you want me to say it here?" I asked back, "What can't be said?" Ethan shook his head in anger, his tongue pushing against his right cheek, very restless. Fine, if that's what you want. Summer, I'm asking you, you were right outside the bathroom yesterday, and Chelsea kept asking you for help. Why didn't you save her? As soon as he finished speaking, I felt the atmosphere around me change. The classmate who had just treated me as a bystander immediately distanced herself from me. I laughed and asked, "Did Chelsea tell you that?" "I'm asking you to explain, not to ask me questions." I was annoyed too. I take back what I said about Chelsea being innocent. As expected, a moron who can be mutually attracted to Ethan, the moron, isn't a normal person. Okay, my explanation is that I let her out at the time. As for why she went back in, I don't know and I don't care. Summer, do you think I'm stupid? Ethan, believe it or not. I was too lazy to argue with him. He grabbed me and said, "Come with me to the hospital." What for? To apologize to Chelsea. Apologize to your mom. I was completely annoyed. Time and time again. It's like they can't understand human language. This time, I went crazy first. I kicked over the table and kicked over the chairs. I also kicked Ethan away. Oh, I'm not strong enough. He didn't fly away. But he let go of my hand. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Ethan, we've known each other for 19 years, even if I was blind to have DU, but excluding those, we've at least been friends for 19 years, don't you even know what kind of person I am? I was so angry that I was incoherent. I babbled a lot. In the end, only one sentence remained. Ethan, if I could do it again, I would rather be bullied to death than be friends with you. Ethan's face was very bad. But he still grabbed me and said, "We'll talk about our things later, you come with me to the hospital now to apologize to Chelsea." I'm apologizing to her? What about you? Are you going to apologize to me? Didn't I say, we'll talk about our things later? I shook off his hand again. Not later. Ethan, you're acting like a righteous knight now, but where were you when I was bullied by them, when I was locked in the bathroom? What did you say to me back then? Do you remember? Ethan was stunned. When were you locked in the bathroom by them? The night you were online all night, talking on the phone with your girlfriend. Oh, no, I forgot. You have too many nights like that. I'm afraid you don't remember which day it was now. But I remember, Ethan, I will never forget that I stayed in the bathroom all night, cold, dark, and scared, and your phone could never be reached. How desperate I was when my phone ran out of power. Do you think I would let another girl experience that despair? In your heart, am I such a venomous woman? I didn't hear Ethan's answer. Because the teacher came in. He told us to return to our seats, prepare for class, and not to make loud noises. Ethan just hurriedly threw a sentence at me. I'm going to the hospital to be with Chelsea. I will investigate what you said. If they really bullied you, I won't let them go, but if they didn't, you have to apologize to Chelsea. He ran. The teacher couldn't do anything about him, so he took his anger out on me. I also packed my things and ran. Anyway, I passed all my exams. Why the hell should I study? Ethan was quiet for a few days. Chelsea kept sending me messages. Summer, I don't blame you. Moron. I replied with 2 words and blocked her. On the day I left, my mom still called Ethan to our house for dinner. Ethan came. He didn't say anything at the dinner table. Until my mom said, you two should have a toast. After you go abroad, you won't be able to see each other often. Ethan's cup shattered on the floor. My mom was startled and called the aunt to clean it up. Ethan stared straight at me and asked, you're going abroad? When did this happen? How come I don't know? I ate a piece of ribs and ignored him. Seeing that I was ignoring him, he didn't say anything anymore. But after dinner, he wouldn't leave no matter what. He kept hanging around my house. Wherever I went, he went. Summer, talk to me. When are you leaving? Why didn't you tell me? The doorbell rang. Chad was here. He brought a cake to celebrate my successful exams. Seeing Ethan, he was stunned and asked, your classmate? I took the cake. Strawberry? How did you know I like strawberry cake the most? Ethan scoffed, liar, you clearly like chocolate cake the most. Chad was a little embarrassed. I said coldly, people's tastes always change, haven't you changed too? How have I changed? Don't you not like obedient girls anymore? Ethan didn't dare to look me in the eyes and lowered his head. I called Chad in. We cut the cake, drank juice, and chatted. Ethan finally couldn't stand it anymore and said, I investigated what you said. I've already forced them to drop out of school. Summer, I was wrong before, I apologize to you. It doesn't matter. I ate a strawberry and said, it's all in the past, Ethan, I don't care about these things anymore. I said it lightly. But Ethan's reaction was great. Don't care? Summer, how can you not care? What's there to care about? I shook off his hand. Who hasn't loved a few jerks in their life? Ethan, you're already a thing of the past for me. What about him? He pointed to the innocent Chad beside me. Is he your present? Him? Is he even worthy? Chad adjusted his glasses and said, you've misunderstood. I have a girlfriend. Summer and I. Shut up. Are you even worthy of calling her name? Chad was silent for a moment. He got up. Summer, I'm leaving first. I'll see you at school. Okay, Chad, I'm sorry. He's mentally ill. You don't have to pay attention to him. After seeing Chad off, Ethan went crazy again. See you at what school? Summer, you're going abroad for him. Didn't you hear he already has a girlfriend? Do you like him that much, going out of your way to be a mistress? I waited for him to vent. I didn't say anything. After he finished speaking, I asked calmly, Ethan, are you jealous? I'm jealous of him? If you're not jealous, shut your mouth. Please respect me, and respect my classmate. Not everyone is like you, thinking about love all the time. Are you that starved for love? Ethan was stunned. A series of ringtones cut off our confrontation. It was Chelsea from the hospital. She said she had a nightmare, was scared, and wanted to see Ethan. Ethan looked at me and said, don't be afraid, I'll be right back. Summer, we'll talk about our things when I get back. Anyway, you're not allowed to go abroad, and you're not allowed to see that stupid Chad. There was no coming back to talk. Because I was already leaving. On the day I left, Ethan didn't come to see me off. He had to accompany Chelsea for a checkup. I didn't know either. It's just being locked in a bathroom or locking yourself in. What's there to check up on? I was in a daze in the car. I heard the driver say to me, "Miss, it looks like someone is chasing the car." I looked back. I saw a small black dot in the distance, gradually getting closer, and then moving away again. I saw clearly, it was Ethan. Chasing the car? Does he want to act out an idle drama with me? I turned my head back and told the driver, "Drive faster, Daub. Lou your bonus." Whoosh, I almost fell backward. Looking back again, this time even the black dot couldn't be seen. See that? Ethan. Life isn't a teen romance. This is the gap between you and me. And in the future, it will only get farther and farther. When I got to the airport, I was afraid that Ethan would catch up with me. I went through security, customs, and sat in the first-class waiting area as quickly as possible. I felt relieved. Summer. I opened my eyes and was startled. Thank goodness, thank goodness. It was Chad. Not Ethan. Why do you look at me like you've seen a ghost? I waved my hand and said, "Are you going today too?" "Yeah, my girlfriend keeps asking to see me. If I don't go back, who knows what she'll do." Chad's expression had a hint of helplessness, but more of it was doting. I laughed. I heard the broadcast call my name. "Miss Summer, please go to security checkpoint number 1, your friend is waiting for you." "Miss Summer, please go to security checkpoint number 1, your friend is waiting for you." Looking for you? Chad was a little confused. I put on my headphones. Not me. Not me. Such an awkward scene has nothing to do with me. My headphones were taken off by Chad. The voice on the broadcast had changed to Ethan. "This is the benefit of money. Summer, this is Ethan. I was wrong. You win, I can't live without you. Please, don't go. Don't leave me alone." I put my headphones back on. Such an awkward wife-chasing scene. I didn't want to hear a single word. After getting on the plane, Ethan kept calling me. He even took a picture of the rooftop for me. "If you dare to go, I'll jump from here." My choice was to shut down my phone. A useless person who ties their life to someone else doesn't deserve to live. After arriving at school, I changed my phone number. I quickly left Ethan behind. Sometimes, I would hear my mom talk about his current situation. I heard his parents got divorced. He didn't get into college. He dated Chelsea, and then broke up, on and off, making a fuss all day. He would come to our house when he was drunk, not saying anything, just sitting there all day. I told my mom, "Why don't we move?" My mom said, "Your dad and I were thinking the same thing. This kid is too extreme. We don't want to be targeted by him." See? Crazy people are only popular in novels. Put them in reality. Who isn't afraid? My life abroad was very fulfilling. I learned a lot of knowledge. I met a lot of friends. I opened the door to a new world. That Christmas, Ethan came to find me. At that time, my boyfriend was standing next to me. After not seeing each other for so long, Ethan had changed somewhat. The pure youthfulness of the past was gone. He cut his hair short. He was thinner than before. He didn't laugh much, nor did he speak. He just quietly looked at our hands held together. He didn't come over to talk to me. I also pretended not to know him. I kept chatting with my boyfriend. When we got downstairs, my boyfriend lowered his head to kiss me. Ethan rushed up and punched him away. My boyfriend wasn't a pushover either. He punched back. They wrestled together. My boyfriend asked me, "Summer, is this your pursuer?" "I don't know him. He's probably drunk." Later, I took my boyfriend upstairs to put medicine on him. Ethan was lying in the snow. "Summer, I regret it." The snow drowned out his voice. I couldn't hear anything. The end. Extra story my mom told me to be careful, because Ethan was also going abroad to find me. I was terrified at school. I was afraid that he would come to act out an idle drama with me again. Soon. My mom called me, "Crisis averted, he can't come find you for now." My mom told me, Ethan's ex-girlfriend Chelsea owed a lot of money. She couldn't pay it back. She told the creditors that her boyfriend was very rich and they should go find him. The creditor was the bald guy from before. I quickly put things together. In the previous life, she must have told the bald guy that too. The bald guy initially just wanted to get money from me. Later, he became lustful. In short, Ethan has a bad temper. He fought with them. He was crippled. And there was a death. His life was completely ruined. As for Chelsea, she was the first news story I reported after returning home. A victim of beauty loans. The moment she saw me, she broke down crying and laughing. I heard that the next day, she committed suicide by swallowing pills. Thank her for sending me 2 viral articles. I became famous and was called a genius in the industry. I saw Ethan again at my wedding. He came uninvited, sitting in a wheelchair. He was much more haggard, not to mention youthfulness. He didn't even have any spirit this time. He gave me a large sum of money as a gift. I donated the money to girls in the mountains. And there was a letter. In the letter was a grass ring. I threw away the ring as soon as I saw it. That was when we were playing house as kids. He had woven a grass ring to propose to me. Summer, when we grow up, will you marry me? I will.